All right, here we are. And we're about to get ready here for my first. I just went live, by the way.
Pardon the interruption, Napa fan. I just want to give out my sincere apologies for my grotesque race car.
Yeah, we're preparing you right. I've yet to see it actually.
I'm starting third. Wait.
All right, so we'll definitely get to see that. But hello, everybody. This is Napa Fan here, and we are here for the first online race that I'm broadcasting this year. Of course, I was part of one. I was actually driving in one a couple weeks ago that Nathan did, and we were gonna get Nathan in for this race, but unfortunately, he was unable to make it. But yeah, we're about ready to get started here. Rolling in the new decade, an NNSCRA special event here from the Talladega Super Speedway. And it is going to be a very fun race here. Andrew Miller, our good friend Andrew Miller, is putting this race on. He is the race admin. He is not driving in tonight's event, but he will be admitting the race, so he is here as well. We have 14 drivers in this race, so it is a small field, but it's 76 laps here at Talladega, and monetary prize will be given to the winner. So first time we've done that in a special event, online special event here for the NNSCRA. One disclaimer I'd like to give is that I don't have all the paint schemes, unfortunately. So you might notice a couple of these, including pole sitter Ricky Johnson, the 48 of Cody Lamas, and the 20 of Tristan Allen. Those three paint schemes I do not have. And as you can hear, engines have been fired. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the starting lineup here for tonight's event, rolling in the new decade. Ricky Johnson starting on the pole position. Jessica Shelton alongside him in row number 1. Michael Norman and Charles Belding in row number 2. Cody Lamas and Seth Cole in row number 3. Tristan Allen, Andrew Lemke in row number 4. Corey Williams and Carter Friesen in row number 5. And the number 27 of Shane Sides and Garrett Senor in row number 6, Cole Baker, Tyler Mallon in row number 7. Those are the 14 starters in tonight's event. And give you guys the race info here. Rolling in the new decade here from the Talladega Super Speedway, 76 laps of action, 202.16 miles. And like I mentioned, winner of this race is going to get a monetary prize. I'm not entirely sure how much money they're going to get. I know Andrew told me, but I didn't clearly hear him. But we'll have to see. So hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast tonight. I do apologize for it coming on very suddenly, but we are here, and we are ready to get this one started here from the Talladega Super Speedway. Green flag in the air. We're rolling in the new decade in the NNSCRA. Man, I wish I did a little bit better on that intro. And lap 1 will be led by Ricky Johnson in the number 93. And yeah, I've had a long day today. I almost missed doing the broadcast because I was out shopping with my mother, and I have a good mother. She made sure I got home on time, so thanks, Mom. But either way, we're here at Talladega. Ricky Johnson on the pole. That number 18 is Michael Norman, and now I see why he was warning all of us. That's like 50 schemes piled into one. But hey, we'll be easily able to identify him, unlike a couple of cars that we don't have schemes, unfortunately. 93 is a Ford, driven by Ricky Johnson. 48, Cody Lamas in third. Number 5 machine is Andrew Lemke, currently running in fourth. Seth Cole right there in the number 25 machine, with Charles Belding right there. And then number 47 is Tyler Mallon. Of course, if you remember Talladega, this guy dominated that race and came home with the race victory in it. But the number 11 machine here today as well. That car driven by Cole Baker, Garrett Senor in the number 16. The 02 machine of Jessica Shelton. And the 27 is Shane Sides. We have the number 20 of Tristan Allen, the number 2 of Carter Friesen, and the 51 of Corey Williams. Those are the 14 drivers in this event. And that's all the schemes right there. And in the wall, Seth Cole. He got spun off by Mallon. I don't know if they're going to call a caution on this or not. And I would like to say we do not have a co-commentator. It's a little bit difficult to understand what's going on. We don't have the race admin going to the co-commentator telling them what's going on. But Andrew will be messaging me if anything does happen. I do believe we remain green after that incident there with Seth Cole. And we do. Lap 4 of 76 here at Talladega. To the inside, Michael Norman on Ricky Johnson. Trying to get to the inside right there of the number 93. Has help from Cody Lamas there in the 48 machine. On the outside lane as well, Tyler Mallon started in the last position and already in 4 laps to the race lead. No surprise there out of the Talladega winner from a couple of months ago. And of course, this place very similar to Talladega. Of course, it's still technically Talladega. And it's going to be interesting to see if he can dominate this race like he did on that Wednesday evening in October. But he's got help from Garrett Sonora there on the outside lane. 27, Shane Sides right behind him. Shane Sides looking to the outside now. And it's only Sonor and Mallon on the inside. Michael Norman and Cody Lamas with some help there on the inside. And we're starting to see a little bit of a tandem draft here. I'm not entirely sure if that's what they got going on. They've had a couple of EXEs going on here for this event here tonight. I'm not sure which one they officially went with. It definitely wasn't the one they were in practice with, where they were going 300 miles an hour, I'll tell you that much. But I did hear something about a bump drafting EXE. I'm not an expert on online racing. Just keep that in mind, so maybe you guys watching know that a little bit more. But they definitely seem to be able to run the bumpers a little bit closer than I've seen in prior races. Oh, in the wall, 11 machine! And we got more cars spinning. The 02 of Jessica Shelton, Corey Williams, Ricky Johnson, Tristan Allen. And it was the number 11 of Cole Baker who went around Seth Cole in the number 25 machine as well. Might have gotten caught up in that one, but a lot of guys caught up on lap number 5. And it all started with Cole Baker going around, race back to the line, won by Tyler Mallon. It's a tough break there for those guys involved. I would imagine this has moderate damage on, so not full damage. I imagine a lot of these guys should be able to continue. I didn't see many massive hits taken there. But our first caution of the night here, rolling in the new decade at Talladega. It all started with Cole Baker in the 11. I believe he got bumped by somebody, and I was just mentioning how they seem to be able to run the bumpers a little bit better than they have in past races. Well, that was apparently a false statement, because those guys bumped a little too much, caused the 11 to go around. Let's see if we get any pit stops here, and if we do not, we'll go ahead and review the accident. And one thing, too, you might have just realized, we have manual cautions. No, automatic cautions turned on, not manual, excuse me. So the game will be determining the cautions. If you've seen other online races that we've done here on Napa Fan and in the NNSCRA, you may realize that, or may have noticed, that we do the cautions by the admin. The admin calls the caution and everyone slows down. The game never has a caution turned on. But that's what we're doing here tonight. These guys are running on the automatic game caution, so the game will determine when a caution is necessary or not. So it'll actually be easier for us to identify when a caution comes out. As we got the race back to the line on the pit lane, will be won by the number 5 of Andrew Lemke. Actually, excuse me, won by Michael Norman. Then Andrew Lemke in the 5 with Tyler Mallon and Garrett Sonora, the top 5. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Cole Baker in the number 11. I apologize if my announcing is a little bit off. I'm quite tired right now, and it's been a long time since I've called a race officially. So we'll get back in the swing of things on offline stuff here. Actually, just Friday night we got signed from the Chick-fil-A Cup Series Turkey Hill Series. Of course, most of you guys on this channel probably already know that. And after a long break, I tend to not do as well in the announcing. But this is what happened here to Cole Baker in the number 11. I'm wondering if it was Charles Belding who may have come up. You see him kind of rolling off there. No. Right there. 27 machine. Shane Sides. And it does appear that Shane Sides, yeah, Shane Sides got a bit of a push there from Corey Williams, and it was just too much for the 11 to handle. Just a pure racing incident right there. Carter Friesen nowhere to go in the 2 machine. He ran right into the 11. And then here, Shane Sides came down on Corey Williams, and Williams clipped Shelton. And then Ricky Johnson and Tristan Allen got into each other there, all trying to avoid this accident. Shelton almost went upside down there. She had a wild ride, but thankfully none of these drivers took massive hits to the outside wall, and they all should be able to continue. Of course, Ricky Johnson did take a decently hard look into the outside wall, but no significant damage on any of these machines. Follow this in real time once again, and right there. Just hooked the bumper a little too much. Shelton, Williams, Ricky Johnson, and Tristan Allen all involved. And Seth Cole was behind all that. He actually lost the draft from what happened to him earlier on lap 3. But that was it to bring out the first caution of the night here at Talladega. Light still on the pace car. There we go. Trying to figure out what TV1 is without showing this. I mean, I've already shown it, but we are back here on the TV1 cam. Lights are still on the pace car, like I mentioned. Seth Cole in the number 25 did come back down the top off, so he'll go to the end of the field. Cody Lamas also came in to repair some damage, same with Tristan Allen. They go to the end of the field, and with it being such a small field, only 14 drivers in this event here tonight, I would imagine that it's not going to be too hard to work your way from the back to the front if you know what you're doing. So it's going to be interesting to see who's in contention at the end of this race. But as long as everyone's still in the race, I'd imagine they'd all have a shot once we get to lap 76. Of course, it's a traditional race, so if you know the offline stuff here on NAVFan, you know how it's done, where we keep on running the race till the end, no overtime. That's exactly how it is here. So lap 76 is the finish, so it's just like it is on the offline races. If we get a caution, probably within 4 laps to go, that's it. We're not getting back to racing. I think one thing they will do, though, is go double file on the restarts. But one other thing is because we have these long caution periods, these guys are able to top off on fuel. So we're going to see Tyler Mallon, Carter Friesen, Jessica Shelton. All coming down with Cody Lamas as well, and Garrett Senor, Seth Cole, Tristan Allen doing the same. Lights should hopefully go out this time. And we will have 1 lap to go under the yellow flag before we get to the next restart here at Talladega. So lap 9 of 76 here, rolling in the new decade. And this is adminned by Andrew Miller. Of course, you guys know Andrew Miller co-commentates a lot with the offline stuff here on NAPAFan. And also is an avid online racer. He's not racing tonight, but he is definitely hopefully enjoying what he's doing here, adminning the race. Hopefully it's not too crazy out there for him. I don't know how it was when that whole wreck happened. Like I mentioned, we don't have a co-commentator to kind of back off of and let us know what's going on from the admin. It's just me tonight. But I can definitely imagine that they settled it down and are ready to get back to racing here from Talladega. So Michael Norman will be starting on, or restarting I should say, in the first position alongside him, Andrew Lemke in the number 5. Ricky Johnson, Charles Belding, and a stack up. And I can imagine some folks are not going to be too happy about that. Andrew Lemke might have brake checked. We don't know, can't make any assumptions on what happened there. We'll have to see if they can get back in order before they come to the green flag or not. And it was Belding who got into Lemke. They both had contact together and then it stacked up the field. I'd imagine they're going to give the spot back to Andrew Lemke. Hey, we're just starting on the new year. Gotta get all those bugs out. Includes me, too. Rushing to get here wasn't here right on time, and they did add a caution lap there because of that incident, so we will most likely go back to green next time by. So that's going to allow these guys to top off again. Carter Friesen, Jessica Shelton, Garrett Sonor, Tyler Mallon, Seth Cole, and Tristan Allen. And I don't know how this is going to almost open up two separate strategies, because Michael Norman's been out there since they first came down, roughly around lap 6 or 7, I do believe. And because of that, these guys who are topping off, they're going to have a couple laps more fuel than our race leaders do. So that's going to be very interesting to see if that affects who wins the race later on. Odds are it won't. You know how these online races can be, and they can get plenty of cautions. But we'll have to see how fuel strategy plays into this race. I'm not entirely sure if it was 1x or 2x on the fuel. I was not in the driver's meeting to know what was going on, unfortunately. And I would like to apologize. I should have been much better prepared for this race than what I was. But hey, we're here, having a good time, and glad you're enjoying the race here tonight from Talladega. And again, a spin. That is Jessica Shelton. Not entirely sure what the issue might be, but these folks are apparently having some issues with running under caution speed here. I'm not trying to put it on them. It seems to be a universal problem. Could be on the setup. Be a difficult setup for these guys to use, unfortunately. But either way, we should be good to go here. I don't believe they're going to add a caution lap for that. I believe Shelton was at the end of the field anyway. So with that, we're back to going here, rolling in the new decade at Talladega. Going to restart on lap 11 of 76. Michael Norman, Andrew Lemke on row number 1. Ricky Johnson will be alongside Charles Belding in row 2. Corey Williams and Cole Baker. Shane Sides, Cody Lamas, Garrett Sonor, Seth Cole, Tyler Mallon, Jessica Shelton, Carter Friesen, Tristan Allen. And on the restart around, Ricky Johnson. Number 93, no caution. We'll have to see if they put a caution out themselves. I don't believe they will. Ricky Johnson spinning the tires on the restart. Not exactly how you want to have a restart go, but we'll have to see if he gets another caution and get back in the lead draft. For the race lead, Andrew Lemke looking on Michael Norman. But it is still early on in the race here at Talladega. Only lap 11 of 76 here, rolling in the new decade. And Michael Norman, the race leader here, in the number 18. You see multiple lines running here at Talladega. Tyler Mallon back on that outside lane. It seems like Mallon and Sonor got something working together. They were working together in that last green flag run, and they are now back together on that outside lane. Sonor seems to be a really good pusher. How about Cole Baker moving up to the outside, trying to get some of the work up there. They're getting a little racy early on here in this one at Talladega. We got some moves here. That's Cody Lamas in the 48 machine. Got some help there from Shane Sides on the inside lane. Cody Lamas trying to push Michael Norman past the 11. He's going to do that. And Sonor got tapped, and around he goes with Jessica Shelton. And that should trigger the caution. No caution yet, though, and they might let that one go. They are at the end of the field, and because of that, no one's coming. But it looks like they still haven't called it, so they're going to go ahead and let that one go green. Tough break for Garrett Sonor and Jessica Shelton. Not entirely sure what happened there. They only have the opportunity to review it since a caution did not. There we go. There's the yellow. I was wondering what was taking them so long there, but Sonor didn't get going in time, and the yellow will fly here at Talladega. So we got a few laps in there. Michael Norman in number 18 will win the race back to the line. Shane Sides in second. Seth Cole's moved himself inside the top 5 after having that issue in the first green flag run, but Norman wins the race back with Shane Sides in second. Mallon's in third, Seth Cole and Andrew Lemke the top 5. Lap 14 of 76 here at Talladega. And a caution for Garrett Zenor and Jessica Shelton getting together just before the tri-oval on lap number 13. So tough break for those guys right there. But looks like everyone will remain on the lead lap. You see Jessica Shelton right there, Ricky Johnson. Of course, Ricky Johnson, that's a big break for him. He spun on the restart and lost the draft. But he'll get back in the draft. Corey Williams as well had to come down the pit lane for some issue. Could have been to avoid the accident. Of course, we will have to see how it all went down. We will review the accident here in a moment. Gonna first see if anyone comes down the pit lane. Led by Michael Norman, Shane Sides in second, Tyler Mallon, Seth Cole, and Andrew Lemke, the top 5. Looks like everyone's going to come down right here. Led by Michael Norman, number 18. He's had the strongest car today, been the most dominant guy so far in this race. Lap 14 of 76 for driver number 18. And he will win the race off the pit lane. So with that, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the caution. It was Garrett Zenor who initially went around. We'll have to see how it all went down for the number 16 in the 02. I believe he got clipped at some point and got sent into Jessica Shelton, which caused the caution to come out. Of course, it came out very late right there. And it might have been Carter Friesen who got into him right here. Kind of hard to tell from the angle we have, but yeah, we'll go ahead and go on board the number 2 machine. Well, actually, this is a good angle right here. And we'll see if Friesen ever gets into him. I believe Zenor moved up and tried to get a run and got loose, and from there, just lost the race car. Does not appear there was any contact. And then Zenor getting into Jessica Shelton. Shelton had nowhere to go. Corey Williams was already coming down the pit lane, so he had an issue. And the caution and the wreck actually happened to happen at the perfect time for him. He was committed to coming down the pit lane, so everyone should remain on the lead lap after this. But Shelton almost going upside down again. She's had a couple of wild rides so far in this event, and neither of them were her fault. Replay this in real time and see if that tells a different story. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It doesn't look like Friesen got into him. Of course, it could have been a different story. Remember, with an online race, things are a little bit wonkier than they are with an with an online race, things are a little bit wonkier than they are with an offline race. So, while from our angle it did not appear they had any contact, there could have been contact between Friesen and Zenor. But either way, all these drivers should remain on the lead lap. Tough break for those guys involved, but they're all going to be able to stay on the lead lap most likely. Everyone is still on the lead lap here at Talladega, so got some guys topping off. Charles Belding, Jessica Shelton, Tristan Allen, Garrett Zenor. Of course, those guys have all been involved in something today. And they're all getting tires as well. But Michael Norman staying out here. Interesting strategy out of Michael Norman, number 18. not topping off. He must be expecting some cautions, and I don't blame him. The way these races go, you know a lot of cautions occur at places like Talladega. These online events, of course, I'll never forget the first online event I really did. Well, the first big one I did was Talladega in 2018, and we had probably 10 or 11 cautions in that 94-lap race. A little bit absurd right there. This is only a 76-lap race, a little bit shorter than Talladega. But Michael Norman doing a great job. He's led the most laps so far here at Talladega, and with that, he might just be the guy to be here. It might be between Norman and Mallon for this race victory. We'll have to see. It's going to be an interesting one, but we thank you guys so much for hopping aboard on this Wednesday night. I know we're going directly against the NASCAR Weekly podcast and their premiere, so wasn't ever intended that way, but we're here, having our own little fun time in 2003, and Michael Norman having a good time. He's been leading the most laps here at Talladega. Tyler Mallon will most likely restart second, and imagine we'll have some guys topping off here in this time by. And imagine lights are going to go off on the pace car next time by. A couple guys in the back coming down. Carter Friesen, Tristan Allen, Garrett Tenore, and Jessica Shelton. Of course, a lot of those guys, if you're going to be starting in the back, restarting in the back, you might as well come down and top off. And that's what these guys are going ahead and doing. And we'll see if the lights go out here. They should go out this time by, which means that we will have one lap to go before the restart here at Talladega, and they will. So hopefully we won't have any issues here. And the good thing about these online races, these guys have moderate damage on, so they don't have to worry about getting knocked out because of these wrecks. While they might seem a little bit violent, that doesn't actually damage their car too much. Going to give that opportunity for them to continue on in the race because sometimes get a little edgy right there, especially with the lag issues. Of course, everyone has a different internet connection, and because of that, sometimes it doesn't work as well as it should. So because of issues like that, we like to keep it at moderate damage so that it's fair to everyone just in case a technical failure happens. So Carter Friesen on the pit lane for an extended time. Not entirely sure what's going on there. Other than Friesen, everyone else is back out there, and they are coming around to take the green flag on lap 18 of 76 here at Talladega. So Michael Norman, the race leader. Tyler Mallon on the outside lane in second. Shane Size, Andrew Lemke in row number 2. Ricky Johnson and Cody Lamas in row number 3. Then we have the number 25 machine of Seth Cole alongside the 11. That car driven by Cole Baker. Corey Williams in the 51 alongside Charles Belding. Garrett Tenore and Tristan Allen, and then Jessica Shelton in the 02. Carter Friesen coming back around in the number 2 machine. And he will restart in the 14th position. But every driver who started this race, all 14 of them, still on the lead lap. And we are coming back to the restart here at Talladega, rolling in the new decade in the NNSCRA. Michael Norman and Tyler Mallon going to lead to the green flag. Double file restart here on lap 18 of 76. Let's hope we get some good green flag racing going on here at Talladega. That would be pretty sweet to see these guys battle it out on the racetrack for a long time. Here we go. Still early on in this race. Michael Norman has led the most laps, but this time the Talladega winner is starting to the outside of him. Tyler Mallon with help from Andrew Lemke. They got the jump on the restart, and Mallon might just go ahead and clear for the race lead. He's got it on Michael Norman. That almost looked planned right there, but Andrew Lemke fell back 3 wide. Might be an issue on the number 5 machine. Here comes Carter Friesen. I believe Friesen got a fast start right there. Remember, he was a little bit ways behind the pack as they were entering turn number 3, and he might have just stepped on the gas and went, and he was able to pass a couple of guys there, Charles Belding and Tristan Allen, but he does not have any help in that outside lane right now, so we'll have to see how that affects him. Back to the race lead. It's Tyler Mallon leading this race, a lot like it was at Talladega. Michael Norman, Shane Side, Seth Cole, Cody Lamas. The difference is here, that guy that was helping Tyler Mallon win that Talladega race was Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller's not in this race, he's the admin, so Mallon does not have that same help he did back in October, and because of that, it might be a little bit harder for him to stay out front, but we'll have to see. We know Tyler Mallon's a wheel man, One of the fastest guys out here week after week. And Michael Norman doesn't want him to be in that race lead. He's all over the back bumper of the 47, trying to find a way around him. Shane Sides right behind the number 18 machine as of right now, with Seth Cole and Cody Lama still the top 5. Sonor trying to work something on the outside lane, but he has no help, and he might fall back there. Corey Williams going to get to the inside of him right there. But if you guys want to see green flag racing, this is what you want to see. Single file here at Talladega. Michael Norman, though, to the outside. Help from Shane Sides, and they got the run in the outside lane on Tyler Madeline, and no one is going with that 47. Second through fifth all went to the outside lane, and they are all most likely going to find a way around the 47 machine. But Michael Norman back out front in the number 18. And no, you do not need to adjust your computer monitor. That is exactly how the scheme looks. That's what he sent us. Yeah, and if you were here at the top of the broadcast, you remember he was saying something about that. Well, now you know why. Shane Sides all over the back bumper of Michael Norman. It does appear that he's looking out. Nope. I was wrong about that. I thought he was going to stick with them. Not going to be the case right there. Shane Sides to the inside lane, trying to take the race lead away from Michael Norman, but Norman has a lot of help on the outside lane. Help from Seth Cole. Seth Cole going to cut down 3 wide. Bold move there out of Seth Cole, but he does not have any help in the middle lane. Norman gonna clear. Cole around in the 25. And Lama's in the freezing. Belding, Sonor involved. And a stack up in turn 2 here at Talladega. Corey Williams around. Seth Cole went around there, and he had a bold move as he shot 3 wide in the middle of Michael Norman and Shane Sides. Andrew Lemke also going around. The number 20 machine to Tristan Allen also with damage from that. Garrett Sonor caught up late in the going. Cody Lamas might have had a piece of that one. Only 3 guys got out of that one, and that was Shane Sides, Tyler Mallon, and Michael Norman. Shane Sides will win the race back to the line on lap 21 of 76, now lap 22 of 76 here at Talladega. Tough break for Seth Cole right there. Had a great run, and unfortunately it did not work out for him. And so many guys in the back got caught up, but like I mentioned, we got the moderate damage on, so it's not going to affect these guys too much. It just basically gives these guys a caution. And that is another reason why they're a little bit more aggressive. They know that a wreck is most likely not going to take them out of the race, so if something like that happens, especially early on in the event like it is now, not a big deal, and they can just forget about it and move on. An opportunity once again to come down the pit lane, and the pit strategy is going to be interesting in this one with all these cautions. Not entirely sure why Carter Friesen passed the pace car there. I have to figure that out. I'm not sure if he got caught a lap down or not. Don't believe he did. But he drove right by the pace car. And he was on the lead lap when he did that, so I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Everyone going to come down right here. Lap 22 of 76, led by Shane Sides in the number 27. If you guys want to know who's in each car, I'll go ahead and pop this up for you once again. That was the starting lineup for this race, but if you want to get an idea on who's in what car, so you know who to root for, I'll keep that up there right there in for a couple of minutes. So Shane Sides going to lead the field down the pit lane. Tyler Mallon second. Michael Norman and Cody Lamas will follow Shane Sides. He was the first to come down the pit lane. Going to take some tires there. Left sides only. A little bit of contact right there. Carter Friesen had to back up in his pit stall, which is right ahead of Shane Sides. Seth Cole will win the race off the pit lane. Jessica Shelton actually stayed out right there. I imagine she's going to top off, but so many strategies going on here. And I will say, I think we got a really strong field here. A lot of these guys know what they're doing. And with there only being 14 drivers, I said they all got a shot at winning this race here tonight. Jessica Shelton going to lead here. Seth Cole in second. Shane Sides, Michael Norman, Tyler Mallon, top 5 as of right now. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Seth Cole, who's right now second. And this was a couple laps ago. Reason why we are currently under the yellow flag here at Talladega. And we'll show you the move that he made as well to make it 3 wide for the race lead, and that eventually led to the issues that we saw in turn 1. But right here, Seth Cole in the 25 machine cut down to the inside of Michael Norman. Shane Sides is to the inside of him, but Seth Cole had no help. And he was in the middle 3 wide and just lost it. And Cody Lamas right there, you see him get caught up. Corey Williams, Tristan Allen, Andrew Lemke, Cole Baker, Carter Friesen, Charles Belding, Garrett Senor. I think Jessica Shelton got a piece of that one as well. So 11 of the 14 drivers in this race got caught up in that accident one way or another. Only 3 got out of that. But a bold move out of Seth Cole right there. We'll replay that move in slow-mo. We usually go slow-mo first and then go real time. But Seth Cole in the number 25 machine here. Boldest move of the night so far. He cut down ahead of Cody Lamas right there. I don't think Michael Norman was expecting that either, which is why Seth Cole was able to make the move. It's not like Norman was expecting the 25 to just cut right down. And a great move out of Seth Cole. He just lost it entering the corner right here. And Norman started to cut down a little bit, and Seth Cole got a little tight. Got into Shane Sides, and around he went through turn 1. Corey Williams, should I say Cody Lamas, had nowhere to go, and Corey Williams pretty much had nowhere to go as he was right behind all that. And then Ricky Johnson actually got clipped by Tristan Allen, I do believe. Andrew Lemke around into Cole Baker, and then Corey Williams as well. Okay, so this is what's confusing me here. We have Cole Baker, Cody Lamas, and Corey Williams. They have a Cole, Cody, and a Corey. I'm sorry I'm getting them confused. I've all called them in a race before, but I'm getting them confused right now, and I shouldn't be. Having a rough night. I'm sorry. That is what happened right there to all those guys, but I would imagine they should all be able to continue here at Talladega. So Shane Sides, race leader, Michael Norman, Tyler Mallon, the number 20 machine, that is driven by Tristan Allen. Might be the highest we've seen Allen all race. Like where some guys topped off, including Seth Cole, Jessica Shelton, so we saw those guys up front earlier, but they had come down while we were reviewing the accident. Right behind the 51, Ricky Johnson, the pole sitter of this race actually, in 6th. Andrew Lemke, Charles Belding, Jessica Shelton, Cole Baker, Cody Lamas, Carter Friesen, Seth Cole, Garrett Senor. All 14 drivers still in the lead lap here at Talladega. All the shot at the race victory, rolling in the new decade here from Talladega. Third of the way through the race, or close to a third of the way through the race here. More guys topping off Jessica Shelton. Last minute decision for Cody Lamas in the 48. Seth Cole also coming out with Andrew Lemke and Carter Friesen. And you see Senor all the way entering turn 3 right now. He's a little ways behind the field at this point. You know, it's unfortunate we don't have a co-commentator because I will admit these races are not near as good when it's just me talking. Sometimes they are good and lots of times they're not. Because if I talk too much, it dries my throat out, and I can only drink so much Turkey Hill Peach Tea. Yes, product placement right there. Turkey Hill Series sign-ups Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Napa Fan. It's my channel, so I can say that. But it gets a little difficult when my mouth gets dry, and I want to cough, so hopefully I can preserve my voice enough by the time this race ends here. We got ourselves 52 laps to go. As of right now, we will restart with 51 laps to go here at Talladega. And if they stay green, those 51 laps will go by very quickly. I also got a little body armor too, so I have enough to drink. I still have quite a bit of body armor. Both good. Both good. So Shane Sides will lead the field with the green flag here. And alongside him is Michael Norman in the number 18 machine. We got the number 47 of Tyler Mallon, going to restart in 3rd. Tristan Allen in 4th. Corey Williams and the 93 machine of Ricky Johnson. Charles Belding, Cole Baker, Jessica Shelton, Carter Friesen. 48 of Cody Lamas, Seth Cole, Andrew Lemke, and then Garrett Sonor. I don't know if Sonor's going to get a fast start here or what. I would imagine he's going to close back in on the end of the pack before we get back to the green. So here we go. The 51 laps to go when we restart here at Talladega. Shane Sides and Michael Norman on the front row. Let's get some more green flag racing in here at Talladega, shall we? And this time the outside lane did not get the jump like Tyler Mallon had earlier on. But you gotta remember, Mallon has a fast car. You know, he's always fast in these online races. He's right behind Shane Sides, and Sides gonna clear Michael Norman for the race lead. Norman has Tristan Allen right behind him on the outside, with Ricky Johnson behind the 20. That outside lane seems very strong. If you have help in this race, you are going to have a good time out here. Shane Sides moves up to block Michael Norman, trying to get a push from the 18. Of course, you remember Shane Sides made the move on Norman earlier on, and that's just going to easily open the door for Tyler Mallon. They gave it right to him. Corey Williams on the inside. Ricky Johnson as well. They're both in the inside lane trying to get a run. Shane Sides! What a move that was, and it did not work out! Got in the Corey Williams, Seth Cole as well, and Andrew Lemke involved in the number 5. And that right there was a very, very aggressive move out of Shane Sides. Yikes. I thought Seth Cole's move was very aggressive. That topped the list right there. I'm not sure if he got loose or something, but that seemed to be a move attempting to make a pass on somebody, and it was just too close for comfort and around when a lot of guys right there. Shane Sides is still on the inside wall, and that they might be done for the night. There seems to be a lot of damage on that 27. Lemke did get back out there, did get back rolling. I don't see much damage on the 5, so he should be good. A little bit of right side damage, but I don't think it's too bad for the 5 machine, but he got caught up late in the going in that one. Shane Sides is still there in the 27, so tough break for him right there. But it's too early to make those kinds of moves, especially considering the small field we have. And I understand you want to make sure you're able to do them. You want to make sure you have the capability of making those moves, but still 50 laps to go in that race, and big issues right there. And now we're starting to see some split strategy. Some guys staying out. Michael Norman, Cody Lamas, and Charles Belding, along with Seth Cole staying out. Everyone else coming down. And Shane Sides did go to the pit lane. Mallon overshot the pit box, same with the 11 of Cole Baker. More issues right here. That's Carter Friesen. He completely misses pits box right there. He's in right now. Well, a lot of these guys are taking tires. Mallon won the race off, though, and he might not have taken tires because he got off pretty far ahead of the rest of the field right there. Let's go and see what happened. Shane Sides, 27. This was a wild move that the 27 made as he cut down to the inside, and it just simply did not work. And it was right in front of Corey Williams. Let's see if we get a good angle of this here. Oh yeah, that right there. You see it happen here. Yeah, there was just not enough room to make that move. Corey Williams had nowhere to go, and you can see the melee that ensues afterwards. Cody Lamas, Carter Friesen, Ricky Johnson. Lemke hit the pit road wall. And Shelton went around again. It's our 4th caution of the race right here, and Shane Sides might have just parked it after that. Tough break there for the 27. But you can see just how close it was. And Michael Norman right behind him. I do not believe Norman pushed him. I think he voluntarily made that move, and yeah, you can see not enough room for him. Corey Williams going around in the 51. 93, Ricky Johnson also caught up. 11 of Cody Lamas as well. Andrew Lemke in the 5, nowhere to go. And he hit the pit road wall. Seth Cole also in the outside wall. Carter Friesen going around there, catching a little bit of air right there. Corey Williams got hit there by Seth Cole, and we didn't notice this. This is a separate issue right here. Garrett Sonor blowing up in the number 16. Did not notice this happen earlier on, but his engine just, yeah, went out on him. This was under green 2 right there. Such a tough break for Garrett Sonor. We did not notice that occur when it happened live, but Sonor most likely out of the race after that one. One more time on this accident. Shane Sides cutting down. Nowhere to go. Shelton took a hard hit right there, and that actually might have been what ended Shane Sides' day. I'm not sure if Shane Sides is out, but he did not get back rolling. And it could have been because of that hit there from Jessica Shelton. Light still on the pace car. I would imagine Garrett Sonor's out of the race. We'll have to see if we can get him in or not. And this is what I really enjoyed about having a co-commentator. Someone else could do that without me stepping out of the race. Michael Norman most likely going to be the race leader when we restart. Not sure where Tyler Mallon. Tyler Mallon going to be 4th right there. But Garrett Sonor is out. Shane Sides is still on the pit lane. I don't know if he's going to get back out there or not, but he's already a lap down. So that lap right there was a pretty critical one in this race to see our first retiree, that being Garrett Sonor in the 16. But looks like Shane Sides might also be out of the race as well in the 27. That's going to leave us with 12 drivers on the racetrack here. Lights go out here, which I would imagine they would. We're going to restart lap 31 of 76 and give us 46 laps to go until the end of the race. So if you're just joining us here, rolling in the new decade, NNSCRA online special event. These guys are actually racing. Pretty cool to have another online event here in Napa. It's been a while since we've had one. Of course, I've been doing these NNSCRA races over on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel, but since Seth Cole is streaming his perspective of this race, if you want to go check that out on his channel, go ahead and do so. Give you a better perspective of what's going on the racetrack for these guys. But because he was doing that, we go ahead and move the broadcast over here to Napa Fan. I'm not speaking too well today, guys, and I apologize for that. I should be doing a much better job for my good man, Andrew Miller. Of course, Miller putting all this together for us here tonight. I believe this race was his idea. Of course, he is the admin for the race, and like I mentioned earlier on, he's not racing here tonight like he normally is. If you guys have seen these online races, you know he races a lot of them. But, yeah, he's got a lot to deal with tonight, I think. Especially after that last accident. Shane Sides is back out there. Don't believe he's going to get any of his laps back. He's 2 laps down in the 27, but I believe he may be given a couple of free passes, possibly. If we get more cautions, of course, and if that's the case, he might have a shot at still winning this thing. He had a strong car. He was up front when he made that move, and unfortunately did not go too well for him. So the 18 of Michael Norman alongside Cody Lamas in row number 1. Tyler Mallon looks to be falling to the back voluntarily here. So this is going to be interesting. That's going to shuffle the field around. Charles Belding, Tristan Allen, Ricky Johnson, Cole Baker, Corey Williams, Andrew Lemke, Jessica Shelton there in the number 20. Seth Cole, Shane Sides is 2 laps down. Carter Friesen and Tyler Mallon at the end of the field. Could have been an EOL on Tyler Mallon, I do believe. So that was probably not voluntary, but involuntary if it was an EOL penalty. Green flag back in the air, lap 30. Belding did not get going right there. Michael Norman out to a clear lead in the number 18, Cody Lamas. So close, I'm sorry. Cody Lamas in second, Tristan Allen, Cole Baker, Belding in fifth. And they are definitely spread out by quite a bit here at Talladega. With them spread out like this, let's go ahead and give you guys some fun sounds. Let's go ahead and crank it up here from Talladega. Lap 34 of 76. We are halfway. Rolling in the new decade at Talladega in the NNSCRA online special event here. In the wall. Shane Sides around. Jessica Shelton. Lemke and Ricky Johnson hitting the inside for a fifth caution. Well, we conveniently ended that crank it up when we did. Lemke with a lot of damage. He took a hard hit there on the inside, and Shane Sides again. We didn't get a clear view on what happened that time. Jessica Shelton around. I think Mallon had to avoid it, which is why he lost the draft there. But another caution here at Talladega halfway, rolling through the new decade. And Michael Norman back to the race lead. So Shane Sides again. Multiple laps down at this point. I believe he's 2 laps down, 3 laps down now in the number 27. And Lemke took a hard hit there in the number 5. Been a tough race for Andrew Lemke here tonight. Really hated for him. And you know what? Caution did not come out for that. We are still green. Would have imagined that would have brought out the caution, but it was deep enough in the field that they did not think the caution needed to happen. And now you got Tyler Mallon and Jessica Shelton away from the draft. So that's going to really change things up. The guy who's probably one of the most dominant, having a tough time here, Tyler Mallon. Cody Lamas. I keep on doing it. Cody Lamas in number 48, trying to get to the inside of Michael Norman. Lap 36, 76. You know what? I mistakenly said we were halfway. I'm wrong about that. We are not halfway. Are we? No, we are not. I apologize. It's actually lap 38 where we're halfway. I relate 34 and 38 very similarly to each other. Front Row Motorsports number, so I apologize there. We're going to be halfway after lap 38 here at Talladega, so not quite halfway here at Talladega. Oh, we got Cody Lamas right behind him, Corey Williams, Seth Cole, Cole Baker, Carter Friesen, Tristan Allen, Charles Belding. It does appear that Belding has lost the draft, but Mallon and Shelton have lost the draft. And Mallon going high up there. I'm not entirely sure what the issue is on the 47, but there might be a problem. And then Shane Sides and Ricky Johnson helping each other out. Andrew Lemke all by himself. And if this thing stays green long enough, they're going to catch up to Lemke, and they might end up lapping him. For Shane Sides is 3 laps down. Garrison are out of the race. They're the only 2 guys who are not on the lead lap. Everyone else, all the rest of them, rest of the 12 drivers on the lead lap here at Talladega. They're currently led by Michael Norman. Next time by will be halfway through the Rolling in the New Decade special event here at Talladega. It's a single file right now. Corey Williams in the number 51, and here they come on Lemke. And it does appear that Lemke is going to let him by. Tough break for Andrew Lemke. Got caught up in somebody else's mess, and now he's a lap down. The caution was not triggered. Remember, the game itself is calling the cautions. They are not manual cautions, so the admin is not calling the cautions. The game is. And the big reason, if you know NNSCRA 3, you know how it works. A lot of those cars who went around were on the apron, below the racing surface, and because none of the drivers who were sideways or stopped on the racetrack were on the racing surface, the caution was never triggered, and that's why we remain green here after that accident. Of course, once we get another caution here, if we get another caution, we will review that accident that occurred that involved Shane Sides, Ricky Johnson, Jessica Shelton, and Andrew Lemke. Norman remaining out front here at Talladega, halfway through Rolling in the New Decade. Next time by, it is going to be 37 laps to go at Talladega. And at this point, and this is what they should have done earlier, they seem to just be riding this thing out. It's only 7 guys in this lead pack right now, and they're all going single file. They're basically just waiting until the end of this race occurs. Of course, I would imagine these guys are going to have to come down the pit lane at some time. This is the longest green flag run we've had all race. And I would imagine that the fuel is starting to get a little bit low on these guys, and they're going to have to make some green flag pit stops if this race remains green. The number 48, Cody Lamas, patiently waiting behind Michael Norman at this point. Number 51 machine of Corey Williams, also staying in his respective position. Same with Seth Cole, Cole Baker, Carter Friesen. Great run for Carter Friesen here tonight. I've been running in the back all day, but he's in the lead draft right now. And Tristan Allen as well. And these 7 guys really starting to put some gaps on the rest of the field. Charles Belding all by himself, Tyler Mallon, Jessica Shelton, Shane Sides, and Ricky Johnson have all lost the draft. And Andrew Lemke now a lap down in the number 5. They actually have given Shane Sides 2 of his laps back. He's now only 1 lap down here at Talladega. Interesting right there. So now the free pass battle might be between Lemke and the 27 of Shane Sides. We'll have to see if that becomes a battle later on. But the way they are currently racing, I doubt we're going to see a caution anytime soon. Now, we might see a caution if they try to come down the pit lane and they mess it all up. But other than that, I would imagine that these guys are going to keep it green for a while, especially if they race like this. All nice and orderly. These guys are doing a great job right now. Of course, it would have been nice to see this earlier on in the race. We had some pretty bold moves earlier on. But, only have had 4 cautions in this race so far. I mistakenly called that other wreck a caution. Thought the caution would come out for it, and it did not. They're looking up there. Cole Baker, Carter Friesen looking for something. Not quite doing it yet. Seth Cole in 4th. Of course, he was involved in the first ever wreck we had. It did not bring out a caution as earlier on in the race. He's still in contention for this thing. You know, he's a good driver. He's won a few of these things before. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Seth won the Steered or Stuff It 250 that we had a little bit before Thanksgiving back in November. And that was the last online race that I broadcasted. So we'll have to see. Seth Cole, Tyler Mallon still has a shot, but the way this race is going, I don't know if he's going to get a shot at that lead pack again. He's right now 30 seconds behind. And then these guys here coming off of turn number 4. Mallon is just entering turn 1. So they may end up lapping him as well at some point throughout this race. Now watch out here for Andrew Lemke and Shane Sides, because this is the battle for the free pass position if they have a free pass. I'm not sure if they do, but both of these drivers are lap down right now. Currently, Lemke is the first driver 1 lap down, and Shane Sides has help here from Ricky Johnson. And it looks like Shane Sides is now going to become the first driver 1 lap down. Lemke with so much damage, he's just unable to keep on going. He's trying to stay out there, get something to work, but got too much damage to really contend with anyone here at Talladega. And they'll probably lap him again. He's actually going to come down right here, so that might be it for him. Either that or he was running out of fuel because he was not in the draft and had to come down. So we'll have to see how it all shakes out for him. So number 18 machine leading this race still. Michael Norman has led the most laps here tonight at Talladega. Lap 45 of 76. We have ourselves 32 laps left. We will definitely have at least 1 more pit stop in this race, if not 2 more. Corey Williams in 3rd. It's the same top 7 as it has been the past 10 laps. And there we go. Pit stop. So Corey Williams and Michael Norman. Contact as they were entering benefit these 4 guys. If they do not have an issue coming down the pit lane, they are going to gain a lot of time on the effective race leaders. When they came down the pit lane, Michael Norman, Cody Lamas got into each other. Corey Williams went in a little too hot, and he hit the inside wall. That did not work out at all for any of those drivers. But Seth Cole, Carter Friesen in 2nd, Tristan Allen, and Cole Baker. But imagine these guys are going to come down right here. 30 laps to go next time by. And they are going to stay out. So, differing strategies right there. They're going to try to lap these guys. That's what they're going to try to do. Absolute disaster for the dominant guy of this race, Michael Norman. Got caught up there with Cody Lamas. And he is still on the pit lane. Unbelievable. Same with Corey Williams. Both of those guys still on the pit lane. Losing time as we remain green here at Talladega. So Seth Cole, the race leader. Carter Friesen in 2nd. Tristan Allen and Cole Baker. Cody Lamas a lap down. And there goes Michael Norman and the 51 of Corey Williams. And we're all over the place right now here at Talladega. Carter Friesen coming down the pit lane. Same with Tristan Allen and Cole Baker this time. Other than a little bit of a slide on the tire for Carter Friesen. A very clean entry for those guys. Cody Lamas coming back down the pit lane. As one guy is yet to make a pit stop. His name is Seth Cole, who won the last race I broadcasted. Keep that in mind. This guy knows what he's doing. We'll have to see if he can hold on to the race lead. But these 3 guys right here are going to be at the best advantage. Carter Friesen, Tristan Allen, and Cole Baker. And I would imagine all 3 of them are going to work together to stay in this lead draft as we remain green and do their best to lap as many cars as possible. Seth Cole coming down. No. Maybe. He's not even hit the pit lane yet. I thought we were at that point, but not quite yet. He is coming down, though. You see him slowing down. A lot of guys who were still on the lead lap, but on the tail end there. Ricky Johnson, Shane Sides, and the 47 of Tyler Mallon coming down now. They're going to need a caution to get back in this thing, and they're going to need it very soon. They're still technically on the lead lap. Off the pit lane, Carter Friesen. So Friesen We'll have to see where Seth Cole comes out in relation to these guys, but the way things are currently going, Carter Friesen will take the race lead here at Talladega with 28 laps to go next time by. Tristan Allen in second, Cole Baker in third, and I think all three of these guys are going to work together till the end. Would imagine that's what they're going to do. So there's Seth Cole. Here he is, coming off the pit lane. You see Carter Friesen, your race leader, or who will be the race leader if he can get around Seth Cole. Proper exit is right, entering turn number 1. They're going to have to get around him on the outside. Cole Baker's going to try to help Seth Cole, but because Seth Cole did not have any help, he was the only one who came down. He might lose the draft here, but maybe not. He might be able to catch it. We'll have to see if the number 25 of Seth Cole can close into Cole Baker. I think Cole Baker's going to try to actually bring him back into the draft. So a little bit of teamwork right there between those guys. But how about this? Carter Friesen, the leader here at Talladega, coming around to complete lap 49. That's going to give us 17 laps to go at the line. So Carter Friesen, Tristan Allen, Cole Baker, Seth Cole, the top 4. Those are the 4 guys still in contention for this race victory. Everyone else is either on the tail end of the lead lap or a lap down. You have yourself these 3 guys who all came down and were in the lead pack earlier on. But Corey Williams in the 51 misjudged it, hit the inside wall. Cody Lamas and Michael Norman got into each other and spun as they were entering the pit lane. They lost a majority of their time that you see that they have lost on your screen. So they are 40 seconds behind now. It cost each of those guys 40 seconds. And they are closing in a little bit here on the lead pack. The lead pack is closing in on these guys. And these guys on the tail end, Jessica Shelton, Ricky Johnson, and Charles Belding. Belding, the last guy on the lead lap. Shane Sides and the 5 of Andrew Lemke are the only 2 drivers multiple laps down. Garrett Sonor out of the race. Seth Cole and Cole Baker have joined up there, and it looks like Cole Baker's going to help Seth Cole here try to get back to the lead pack. Carter Friesen, Tristan Allen, 1-2 here at Talladega as we remain green, rolling in the new decade in the NNSCRA. But a topsy-turvy run in the pit stops right there. I would imagine they're going to have to make another stop before this race, and the way things are going, the way these guys are spread out, I would imagine that they are going to have to come down again. So because of that, it's far from being over here at Talladega. Cole Baker might have just lost the draft right there. He's way off in the number 11 and might only leave 3 drivers. Carter Friesen, Seth Cole, Tristan Allen, all in this lead pack right now. These 3 guys are going just about as fast as the leaders, so I don't think they're going to be an issue. Jessica Shelton, Ricky Johnson, and Charles Belding. I have to see if these guys can close in. They're 35 seconds behind. Remember their issues that they had as they were coming down the pit lane for their pit stop under the green flag. Cody Lamas, Michael Norman got into each other, and Corey Williams hit the inside wall. Lemke coming down the pit lane. He's multiple laps down. Mallon's all by himself. But it does appear that Mallon is going to get joined here by Shelton, Ricky Johnson, and Charles Belding. However, race leader Carter Friesen is closing into the back of this pack. Gotta watch out for this. This could be a little bit edgy right here. Belding's going to let these guys by, and it looks like Shelton and Ricky Johnson are going to let the leaders by as well. Class move by those guys, allowing these guys to race it out. Carter Friesen really wasn't the guy we were looking at to win this race. He stayed in the back of the pack a majority of the earlier portion of this event, but now he is leading here at Talladega with Tristan Allen and Seth Cole right behind him. We'll have to see if the Canadian kid can get it done. I say Canadian kid because he is a kid and he's from Canada. We might have some other Canadians in here and I just am unaware of it, but they're probably older than Carter, so it's a good name for him. They're also going to lap Tyler Mallon. Did not expect that here today, but Mallon going to go a lap down as Friesen, Allen, and Seth Cole all get around him. And the only reason why Mallon's a lap down is because he had to check up from that accident that happened on the last restart. when you had Shane Sides go around with Jessica Shelton to cause Andrew Lemke to have all his damage. And Ricky Johnson as well got caught up in that one. That's why all those guys are lapped down now, and those 3 guys have passed him. Cole Baker's lost the draft. Cole Baker's out of this thing now. 8 seconds behind. These guys are minimally closing into the leaders. Cody Lamas in the 48 leading this pack, currently in 5th. But if this thing stays green, it's going to be one of these 3 guys. It's going to be either Carter Friesen, Tristan Allen, or Seth Cole in victory lane, rolling into the new decade. And remember, monetary prize to the winner here at Talladega. I forget how much it is, but one of these guys can get some money for winning this race. Actual, cold, hard American cash. I don't know how that's going to work for Carter, because he lives in Canada, but we'll just have to see who gets it done. I think something these guys kind of forgot is those guys that they lapped, going to draft right back in, and this is going to shake things up. Tyler Mallon has a fast car. He's a lap down, but he's just as fast as our leaders right now. Tristan Allen, Carter Friesen going up to block him. They have Mallon helping there. And now you got Seth Cole with help from Jessica Shelton and Ricky Johnson. They're going to try to work that inside lane. Mallon trying to get his lap back, I think. Because Mallon has a perfectly clean race car. If he can get back on the lead lap, we'll have to see what he can do. 21 laps to go. This race has really gotten interesting as this long green flag run has ensued. Seth Cole now has a lap car in between him and second place, but he's going to push Mallon. That might be a good idea if you want to get to the race lead. But these guys could be working up something. For Seth Cole, had his issues earlier on in the race. Mallon's going to get to the inside of Carter Friesen. Allen's going to stay with Friesen, but Seth Cole's going to try to make a move on Allen, and then in return might try to make a move on Carter Friesen, but now Friesen is drafting Mallon as Mallon is back on the lead lap. So if we get a caution, Mallon will get his lap back, and that is a big deal if we get another caution in this race. Now, odds are, the way these guys are racing here tonight, I don't know if we're going to get another caution because of how spread out they are. But if we do get a caution and Mallon is still ahead of these leaders, watch out, he's probably going to win the race. But right now the leader is Carter Friesen in the number 2 machine. Tristan Allen. I know he is going to be a tenacious driver near the end of this race. Same with Seth Cole. All 3 of these guys have a great chance of winning here tonight. Been a wild race up to this point. Of course, if you guys were with us earlier on, you saw what happened there to Michael Norman, who was the dominant guy of this race. Got caught up as he was coming down the pit lane for his green flag pit stop with Cody Lamas. And Corey Williams also had an issue. All 3 of those guys were in the lead pack before the green flag cycle began. They all got caught behind, now 34 seconds off the race lead. Another thing is, too, if we get a caution, those guys will also be back in contention. They'll be on the lead lap, too. We have 8 guys on the lead lap. Last guy on the lead lap is Tyler Mallon in the number 47. He is right on the tail end of the lead lap, though, right ahead of the number 2 of Carter Friesen. See who gets it done here. It does appear these 3 guys are content to stay where they are until the next cycle of pit stops, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to have another set before the green flag, or before the checker flag flies, I should say. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Carter Friesen, though, content to stay behind Tyler Mallon. Not a bad idea. You know that 47 is a fast car. So we'll have to see how it all goes down. The 02 Jessica Shelton is a lap down. Same with Ricky Johnson. They are content to stay with these guys. Got a 6-car pack right here. And that might be making it a little bit harder for these 4 guys to close in. Of course, Lamas, Norman, and Williams all trying to find a way back to that lead pack. Cole Baker down the pit lane. And that is a telling sign on the fuel strategy. Of course, the number 11 of Cole Baker was not in the draft for a long time, so I would imagine because of that he is not as fuel efficient as the guys who are in the lead draft. Charles Belding also coming down, but this is very important here. Carter Friesen is drafting off of the 47 of Tyler Mallon, and because of that, Friesen is saving gas just like Allen and Seth Cole. So at this point right now, Friesen is not at a disadvantage to the number 20 and the number 25 because he's able to throttle it and clutch it just a little bit so he can save a little bit of gas so he can stretch it to the end of the race on one more stop. But they will have to make another stop in this race, and I don't think fuel mileage is going to become a factor. I don't think. Can't remember exactly when they came down. I believe it was around lap 45, which is about 15 laps ago. So if they make it past lap 62, I think they're good to go to the end of the race. I would imagine they would be. Mallon moving up. Friesen moving up. I believe that's the signal that they're going to come down right here. Friesen moved up, and Allen's going to take the race lead away. I'm wondering if this is planned, and I believe it might be. That seemed to be a very organized move right there, and they might want to come down in this order so they don't get into each other on the pit lane. I'm wondering if that's the case. We're going to have to see right here. Not coming down now. I'd imagine they're going to be coming down soon. We have some guys who are already coming down the pit lane. And they might just be setting up for that early so they did not have that problem later on. I don't know what they're doing, honestly. I thought that they were signaling that they were coming down by moving up the racetrack there, but apparently that wasn't the case. Mallon might have just gotten a little tight through the corner, and Friesen tried to keep behind the 47 to save gas, and he moved up the racetrack, and Allen got the run to the inside, and Allen just went ahead and took the lead away. So Tristan Allen now leading the race here at Talladega. Lap 62 of 76. We have ourselves 15 laps to go, 14 laps to go next time by. And they are still staying out. They're definitely going to have to come down before the end of the race, though. I don't think they're going to be able to make it to the end. Andrew Lemke has retired from the event. Of course, we saw what happened to him earlier on. He got caught up in the accident that did not bring out a caution. Ended up a couple laps down. And unfortunately, there was too much damage on his race car. Cole Baker here. Not entirely sure what's going on with him. He's on the apron there, getting loose. These guys are getting a little antsy. We'll have to see. Are they coming down right here? This looks like they're trying to make moves, which doesn't make much sense. I don't know what Cole Baker's doing. I think he's trying to slow himself down to catch up to these guys, but this is really interesting here. See him weaving quite a bit. Not entirely sure if he's trying to warm up his tires or what, but Cole Baker has gone a lap down. Now only 7 drivers on the lead lap. He's actually already been a lap down, excuse me. 7 drivers still on the lead lap. Tristan Allen, Carter Friesen, Seth Cole, Cody Lamas, Michael Norman, Corey Williams, and Tyler Mallon. Of course, Mallon on the tail end. Lamas, Norman, and Williams. See him 35 seconds behind. Field is led by Tristan Allen in the number 20. Now, I'm terrible with pit strategy. Even if my offline races, I can't call when the guys are going to come in correctly, but I really do think these guys are going to have to come down before the race is over. I really do. But we'll have to see. I've been surprised before. You got to remember, too, they're all drafting Tyler Mallon. If anyone's going to run out of gas, it's going to be Tyler Mallon. Mallon's definitely got less gas than the guys behind him. No question about it. So we're going to see Mallon come down before Allen, Friesen, and Seth Cole. Either that or they're all going to come down at the same time, help each other out. But here's an interesting thing. Seth Cole is not in the same race room as Carter Friesen and Tristan Allen. If anything, they actually might all be in different race rooms. I'm not 100% sure. But they're not really working together. They probably have them on whisperless, so they're probably communicating in some way, shape, or form. They're not in the same race room, so they're not kind of working together in this race, but they kind of have to at this point. They're the 3 guys who are in contention to win this race, and if they all want to be in contention at the end, they also work together until that last pit stop, if there's going to be a last pit stop. And knowing me, there probably won't be a last pit stop, because you know me and pit strategy. I called it they're going to come down the pit lane, they don't. I called it they're not going to come down the pit lane, they do. We are checking it up here a little bit. Allen, way up there, and here we go. Tristan Allen and Carter Friesen coming down. Remember, Seth Cole did come down a lap later than these guys in the last cycle. So Seth Cole will take the race lead. Allen and Friesen looking to help each other out. I think Mallon also trying to help those guys out. But he got out ahead of those guys quite a bit. We'll have to see. He might stay on the pit lane and help out Tristan Allen and the number 2 of Carter Friesen. Of course, they're all in the same race room, so they got communication, but it does appear that Mallon's just going to get back out there. Looks like he gassed and goed. That's a weird way of saying it, but you get the idea of what he did. There goes Tristan. Looks like Tristan Allen just went gas only, but he's not going to have any drafting help. These guys, I don't know what he's doing. He's waiting. He's waiting for Friesen. I think. He spun off the pit lane, and it does appear that he's trying to wait for the number 2. And you know what? Here's the deal. If these guys don't work together, if Tristan Allen and Carter Friesen do not work together, then Seth Cole's is going to drive by him and win this race. And I think that is why Tristan Allen stopped there, spun around, so that he could allow Carter Friesen to draft him. If you have just one drafting partner, that works so much better than not having any drafting help. Friesen will get ahead of Tristan Allen. Seth Cole has come down the pit lane. Believe that these guys have already made their stops. They're a lap down. They're going to get their lap back right here. They get around leader Seth Cole. Seth Cole still down the pit lane. He does not have any help at all, and this is going to be interesting to see if he can rejoin with Friesen and Allen, but it does not appear that that is going to happen. He's still in the pit lane. That's it. It's going to be between Carter Friesen and Tristan Allen for this race victory. And they're going to stay right with each other until the end of this race. Ten laps to go, rolling in the new decade. Got some fresh faces up front. Carter Friesen and Tristan Allen. I've known both of these guys for a long time. Of course, Tristan Allen's won a lot of offline races on my channel. Carter Friesen's won a couple as well. And now they're the top 2 guys in this race, both with a shot at race victory here at Talladega. Seth Cole in the number 25. He had no help. And because of that, he's going to lose the draft. If anything, he'll end up joining Cody Lamas, Michael Norman, and Corey Williams. And remember what happened with those guys. They spun coming down the pit lane. The only 2 guys, realistically, who have not had any issues in this green flag run, which has taken up over half the race, by the way, is these 2 guys, Carter Friesen and Tristan Allen, the only 2 guys without any issue. They did not spin coming down the pit lane at any point in time. They did not wreck at any point in time. Of course, shortly after the restart, we had that wreck that involved Shane Sides, Andrew Lemke, Jessica Shelton. That slowed those guys down. Tyler Mallon has just been disqualified. Not entirely sure what's going on there. He's won himself the Dairy Queen. That's what I always used to call it. It was DQ. Just go to Dairy Queen. It's our friendly way of saying disqualified here. But Carter Friesen and Tristan Allen, they're the only 2 guys who have not had any issues during this green flag run. Of course, we remember what happened with Michael Norman, Cody Lamas, and Corey Williams. I mentioned it a billion times already, with their issues coming down the pit lane. So many guys have wrecked. Seth Cole hasn't had any issue, but he didn't come down with Tristan Allen and Carter Friesen, and because of that, he's all by himself, 19 seconds behind the leaders. And now we're left to 2 guys, Tristan Allen and Carter Friesen, for the race victory here at Talladega. Next time by 6 laps to go in the Rolling in the New Decade special event. Carter Friesen, Tristan Allen. I don't have a scheme for Tristan Allen. I feel bad about that, but he's not going to feel too bad if he gets the race victory. Who is it going to be here at Talladega? This is a very interesting situation. I've had a really long green flag run to end this race off, and it's down to 2 drivers for the race victory. And I just don't know how easy it is to pass when you're all by yourself like that. Allen's going to have to try something. And imagine he's going to stay behind Friesen until the end of this race. But the way it's looking right now, Friesen might be able to drive away with this thing. Carter Friesen and Tristan Allen, 1-2, the only two guys in the lead draft. Seth Cole all by himself. He's going to eventually be joined by Cody Lamas, Michael Norman, and Corey Williams. They have closed in a lot. They're only now 19 seconds behind. Remember, before that last green flag cycle, they were 35 seconds behind. They closed in 15 seconds on the race lead. It's going to be too little too late, unfortunately, for those guys. They're going to pick up Seth Cole right here, or at least attempt to. Seth Cole's going to let him by, and I believe Cole's going to rejoin the back of these guys, but Cole's going to fall back to the 6th position. Charles Belding's 2 laps down, and Shane Sides 3 laps down. They're both still in the race. Tyler Mallon disqualified for something. I'm not entirely sure what it was. Carter Friesen in the number 2, holding on. Right there, Tristan Allen in the number 20. You know what? I just realized you got Shane Sides here. He's a couple laps down, but he can help Tristan Allen get by Carter Friesen if he chooses to. We've seen this in some offline races before where drivers come up on a lap car kind of joins the pack, and that lap car, depending on who they help, can choose who wins the race effectively. Of course, the computer determines it. But right now, we're not with computers. These are actual people driving, and Shane Sides himself could decide the winner of this race. But it all depends if Tristan Allen can get the run on the outside lane of Carter Friesen or to the inside of him. But I would imagine that Allen's going to race it pretty clean. These two guys have been working together the whole race. And now they're the only two in contention for the race victory. We will have to see, however, if these 4 guys have anything. If those 2 guys get involved in the wreck somehow, this is the battle for the race win. Cody Lamas in 3rd, Michael Norman in 4th, Corey Williams in 5th, Seth Cole in 6th. Remember, Seth Cole was with these guys for the last cycle of green flag pit stops, but he lost the lead draft as he came in by himself. Friesen and Allen helped each other out, and Tristan Allen, I don't know, he might be regretting that move he made off the pit lane after that last cycle of green flag pit stops, because that allowed Carter Friesen to pass him for the race lead. But Allen's falling behind right here. I believe he's going to try to get a push from Shane Sides to get around the number 2 machine for the race victory. Next time by, 2 laps to go at Talladega, rolling in the new decade in the NNSCRA. Will it be Carter Friesen or will it be Tristan Allen in victory lane here at Talladega? There goes Allen, trying to make a move on the outside. Did not have enough help right there. Going to be 2 laps to go for Carter Friesen here at Talladega. Will Friesen pull off the upset? Well, I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. And get the victory here at Talladega. We're going to have to find out. He's run a clean race. That's all it's taken. Everyone else has had issues in this one, and he has not. 1.5 laps to go at Talladega. Will Tristan Allen get help from Shane Sides and find a way around the 2? Friesen's going to do all he can to win this race, and Tristan Allen is going to do the same. Here we go. Coming around off of turn number 4. White flag in the air here at Talladega. Carter Friesen, Tristan Allen, 1 lap to go. Who's going to win the Rolling in the New Decade special event at Talladega? Will it be Friesen or will it be Allen? Shane Sides, 2 laps down in the 27. Can help Tristan Allen if he chooses. Allen's going to try to get a run in the outside lane. He's got help, but Friesen's going to block. They got to be careful. If they both get involved in the wreck, you got Corey Williams in 3rd, 16 seconds behind. Allen cannot make the move quite yet. But remember, we're at Talladega. The start-finish line is past the tri-oval. Coming off of turn 4 for the final time. Carter Friesen pulling away. Allen trying to mount one last charge in number 2. But it's not going to happen. Carter Friesen fulfilling his destiny. Victory at Talladega. Rolling in the new decade. It's Carter Friesen, your winner. Here On this Wednesday night in January, Carter Friesen pulls it off in the Rolling in the New Decade special event in the NNSCRA. How about that for the young Canadian kid getting the race victory in this wild race, the last half of the race run under the green flag with no caution at all. And Carter Friesen, your winner here at Talladega, and I can imagine how he's feeling right now. He did the burnouts right after he crossed the line. Guy's excited. Tristan Allen tried, but a great effort out of Tristan Allen. Great run for him. He did not have any problems in this race. Got a solid second place run. 27 could not help him enough. Carter Friesen, I wanted to mention this during the race, but I wanted to wait until I saw what happened. But of course, you can tell he's got NF on the car right there. And Carter Friesen, a big NF fan. I'm a big NF fan as well. I've been listening to him all week. And there he goes. He wins the race with NF on the car. But Michael Norman in with us right here. Yeah, I don't know how to start these interviews here, but we're going to go ahead and show Carter Friesen's burnout right here. But Michael Norman in the booth with us. I'll go ahead and interview you first, if that's all right.
That's fine.
So you had an interesting moment there during that first green flag pit stop, and we never got a chance to review it because we stayed green during that whole run right there. But got caught up there entering the pit lane with Cody Lamas, and you were leading at the time. I'm sure that was pretty frustrating, but what was your perspective on all that happened midway through the race?
I just was coming in slowing down for pit road, and my car just said, nope, you're on ice now, and decided to start turning. Feel bad for that because that really ruined our race, and we were hoping for a caution but never got one. But sucks for having led a majority of this race. I just sucks to only come home in 6th, especially after trying to make a move with a lap car that didn't work out so well.
Yeah, tough break for you there, but still finished on the lead lap. You guys were mounting a charge at the end, but just too little too late there. You guys picked up Seth Cole in that last run, but unfortunately it wasn't enough for you guys. But still, thank you so much for helping me out putting this whole thing on, and yeah, hope you have a great race next time. Bye. We have one here in the NNSCRA.
Yep, I definitely hope so. I'm going to be up here to help you with interviews, so just let me know who you want to interview.
All right, well, if we can interview, I should say, the winning driver, I think that would be pretty cool as he drives into victory lane. That's pretty cool right there. Driving right in the victory lane. Carter Friesen, the winner here at Talladega. That's pretty cool to see right there. Probably the youngest guy in this field, and you got the race victory. But, I was mentioning to the viewers, you were the only one that really didn't have an issue in this race during that last green flag run, and that's a big reason why you were out there leading at the end. But what were you thinking? Because when Tristan Allen got out ahead of you on the pit lane in that last green flag cycle, what were you thinking when he got out ahead of you like that? And then he actually slowed down and let you join with them. I mean, what were you thinking when he got out ahead of you right there? Did you think you were going to lose the race?
Well, at first I did. Me and Tristan were working together all race long. We had a plan that we were just going to stick together, and you probably don't remember that, but for the people that raced IMRC at Daytona, there was a $50 prize for the winner, and there was also a $50 random draw. So I ended up losing that all because I door slammed Tristan, and he finished one spot behind me, and he won the $50. So this was basically his way of returning the favor. So he said he wasn't going to pass me. So I mean, I'm not complaining. A win's a win, and I get $20 Canadian, I guess. So
we'll have to adjust the currency for you. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but
20 times 1.31. So
you get a little bit more than $20.
I get like $30 or something.
Yeah, you guys have really odd inflation up there. But either way, it was awesome to see the NF car win, and I mentioned to the viewers, I've been listening to NF all week myself.
Me too.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to see. But
you get $26.20.
Okay.
There you go, $26.20 to Canadian dollars for Carter Friesen.
Stuff on iRacing.
But yeah, congratulations on the race victory, and awesome to see you pull it off there. And you guys were definitely working together, and you put Seth Cole out of the way. He ended up falling back to the other pack, and it was just you two guys, and you came home with the race victory. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I did.
Might as well interview Tristan
User
Allen
was moved
because
out
he
of
was
your
a
channel.
very critical part on that finish here at the Talladega Super Speedway. If he's still around, I'd imagine he is, hopefully. But either way, we're going to go ahead and show you guys the official standings of the race right there. Carter Freeze in the race winner, Tristan Allen in second, Cody Lamas, Corey Williams, and Seth Cole, along with Michael Norman, all finished third through sixth right there. They were in that second pack. Ricky Johnson, Jessica Shelton both finished on the lead lap as well. And then 2 laps down, Charles Belding. 3 laps down, Shane Sides. Tyler Mallon with his issue. Not entirely sure what happened with him. He finished 11th. And Cole Baker, Angel Lemke, and Garrett Sonor.
No, it's not Tristan Allen, but here's the next person.
All right.
User was
Cody
moved to
Lamas.
your
Cody
channel.
Lamas in the number 48 finished third here tonight at Talladega. And I asked Michael this when he came in, and I'm sure you're feeling kind of similarly. But what happened there during that first green flag pit stop when you got involved with Michael Norman there? You guys were leading, and then you lost it, but still came back to a good finish. But what was going through your mind when all that happened?
I thought we entered pit road pretty good, besides the little fact that when Michael had his little wiggle, and we just kind of all met together. And I was just saying it in the other room, but if it wasn't for those penalties, like the drive-throughs and the 30 seconds, we would have been back up there, despite all of that. So that kind of surprised me, to be honest with you. But,
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah, you still got a third place finish. You guys did a great job at the end there. And I think if there was one more cycle, you guys probably would have gotten back up there. You gained quite a bit of time. You were 35 seconds behind before the second green flag cycle. Then you ended up finishing 16 seconds behind. So great job out of you guys, Corey Williams and Michael Norman. You guys also caught Seth Cole as well near the end. But still a great run. Unfortunate it had to end the way it did, but not too bad considering what happened.
I forgot to ask you, what did you think of my scheme?
That was interesting.
Yeah, our only really chance was
all
that
50 of them on one car. Hey, we're all crazy in our own unique
know.
way.
I think
Nothing
we would've
wrong
had a
with that.
chance. I think we would have had a chance if Shane and Charles didn't help their pack 2 versus 4.
Yeah.
I think once they got in that lap, they got in there, they kind of killed us, to be honest.
Yeah, tough break there, but you guys still finished on the lead lap and still put on a good show there. I'm really glad you guys went green flag the last half of the race. That was pretty cool to see. So congratulations on the third place run, and good luck on the next one here in the NNSCRA.
Yep.
User was moved out of your channel.
Here's the driver finished 4th place.
User was moved to your channel.
And the other guy who was part of that whole melee there on the pit lane, the third guy. So I interviewed Cody, and then I interviewed Michael Norman, and you had your own issue on that first green flag cycle. You went a little bit left and hit the pit road wall, but still came home in a 4th place finish. But what was going through your mind when you hit the wall there as you were coming down the pit lane during that first green flag pit stop?
I don't know. I was watching Michael and Cody, and I seen Michael hit sideways, and I just slammed on him. And the brakes really weren't that great with this set. So when I slammed on him, it just hooked it dead left, and that's when I got in a wall. And then I looped it, and then I was like, oh, our race is ruined. But to come back and finish, I think we got 3rd, 4th, 5th. And Michael got 6th because he got wrecked. But I thought we did great.
I made a move for fun that didn't quite work out.
Did it for the content, Mike.
Yep, exactly.
It's
That
pretty
team
good
was all
content.
about, man.
Pretty good content.
I hope it was. Damn, we tried to make it content for the whole team down there.
I had a rough night to start off. I like I mentioned, I came in really late, and I wasn't quite prepared for it. But it all turned out pretty well in the end, and I'm glad you guys had fun nonetheless. But still a great one for you guys. Corey Williams finishing in the 4th position, and congratulations on that 4th place finish, and good luck on the next race.
Thank you.
User
Very
was moved
welcome.
out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
We got Seth Cole here, and this one's probably the one that stings a little bit because you had a shot at winning this race even after that first green flag set of pit stops. But Carter Freeze and Tristan Allen were working with each other, and you just didn't know when they were coming down. You came in a lap later and lost the draft, but came home 5th. But you had your fair share of issues earlier on. It was a pretty crazy race for you to start off, but what was going through your mind during that whole thing?
Well, I mean, as far as like the instance I was involved in, unfortunately, being a keyboarder, I'm usually relying on 100% steering assist. And when I get put in the middle 3 wide, or even if I'm on the outside of somebody, I'm turning the car to the right, saying, give the guy on the bottom some room. And driving assistant says, no, you're going to turn left into that guy's door. And so, that's what happened when I got into the 47, and that's what happened when I was in the middle of that 3 wide situation. But yeah, this one stings a little bit more than you expect, because I actually did have that race won. Myself, the 02 and the 93, we were working out some strategy, and if I had managed to make it onto pit road safely, I'd have been up on the 20 and the 2 by probably about 12 seconds. So
I will say this.
it was a fail of execution on my part. It happens. Can't go back, just gotta look forward. But it was still, was kind of glad that it came down to the long green flag run and the pit stops too, because it's always fun to strategize at the super speedways.
I will say this. I like how you were in the same room with me, but didn't get on any of our strategies.
No, I wasn't on your guys' strategy at all.
It's probably because I was leading. That's why you guys were in the back able to save.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, at the time you were leading, I was, fourth in your guys' line, and so I was half throttling the whole time and had about maybe 3 or 4 more laps of fuel than you guys did.
Alrighty. We'll get it next time.
All right.
User was moved out of your channel.
I'll bring up
I
Richie.
got someone here. I think.
Oh, do you?
I do. I
Who you
think
got?
this is Tristan. How do I add him? I'm sorry. I'm not a big TeamSpeak guy. How do you move someone in? Ah, there we go. That's how you do it.
You just click and drag.
Oh man, what's the password? You can set it up right.
Oh no, wait. You're talking about Tristan Allen?
I think he's Nora, right?
No. I thought that was Carter.
No, Carter's Carter.
All right. If it is, then I'll move
Yeah,
on
just-
here.
User was moved to your channel.
There we go. Tristan, right?
Yep.
All right.
Why did you change your name? You confused me.
I've had this name for the entire race.
All right. Well, the guy who finished second in this race, and Carter said that you let him win the race, but yeah, it was you and Carter at the end of that one there, and I realized you had beaten him off the pit lane in that last green flag pit stop, but then you spun around and let him by. I know you guys are working together, but what's the whole strategy in that race?
Well, I didn't try to spin. What happened is that my in the game, when you go into pits, sometimes the game changes what you're doing while you're in the pit box, so you can't do anything. So the game took it from me giving 1.5 cans to 1 can, which would have put me about half a lap to a lap short. So I was trying to deal with that while coming off pit road, and the pit road was slick a little bit, so I just looped it around by accident. So, but it actually worked out for my favor because I was able to save enough fuel once I got behind Carter. It was just a whole mess with the game doing its normal game things, changing what you have for fuel.
Oh yeah, I know. It's frustrating especially when you have a wheel and you're trying to change it on the keyboard. It's no fun. But
and
still,
the thing is, my keyboard's at a 90-degree angle from the side of my wheel, so it's even worse for whenever I'm trying to type or do anything.
Oh boy. Yeah, but hey, considering all that, you still finished second, less than a 1/10 of a second behind Carter there in that one. But yeah, so you and Carter, you were the 2 guys who did not have any issues at the end of that race during that green flag run, and I got a good run there here at Talladega. So congratulations on that good run, and good luck in the next race.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Tristan Allen finishing second here tonight at Talladega.
User was moved out of your
And
channel.
we'll have to see if there's anybody else.
User was moved to your channel.
I don't know who this is.
Richard Johnson.
Richard Johnson. So Ricky Johnson finishing 7th, and you had a wild race. Still finished on the lead lap, so congratulations for that. But started on the pole, got involved in the few wrecks there, and then there was that wreck that happened. And we actually didn't get a chance to review it, and we're going to go ahead and do that. But that wreck that happened there midway through the race after the last restart. What exactly happened there to get caught up in that accident?
Oh.
Is that the one on the restart?
There was one right after the restart, and that was the one Jessica Sheldon got shot into the outside wall.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. There were so many wrecks that happened I was involved in the night.
It was the last one here, so we'll go ahead.
Me and Richie had a heck of a initial start. That was right on his back bumper.
Are you talking about at the finish?
No, I'm talking about the start, the very start.
Oh, I'm talking about the thing. was at the start-finish line.
So we never got a chance to review this, but we are reviewing it on the broadcast right now. And it was actually ahead of you. Yeah, it was ahead of you. Shane Sides and Jessica Shelton got into each other, and you just were behind it and got caught up. So that's what happened there. Tough break that the caution did not come out there for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually thought that the caution had come out. I would have thought that it did, but it never did. And turns out that we would not get another caution in the race in tonight's event, but still had a great run nonetheless before that, and still managed to finish on the lead lap. As you guys are hearing the victory lane music, so you might not be able to hear anybody right now except for me because it is a little bit loud. But Carter Friesen, the official winner of the race, as you see right there, and we'll step out and let Ricky Johnson continue on. But yeah, still a great run. Finished on the lead lap in 7th. But this is a tough break getting involved in an accident there. But what are your thoughts on this race here, all things considered?
I don't really know what to say. I mean, it was rough. I'm not sure a lot of guys were doing tonight, but we went out there and put on the best show we could and managed the best position we possibly could with what was thrown at us. And stuff happens. It's part of racing, and that's just super speedways for you. So.
Yeah, tough break there, especially with that last wreck, but still a good run, started on the pole, and hey, we'll have to see what the next race brings here for the NNSCRA, but great job tonight regardless. I know you caught up in a lot of other people's mistakes, but yeah, good luck on the next race. Hopefully it's a little bit better for you.
Thank you for broadcasting, and thanks to everyone watching, and my sponsor and all that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have your scheme, so I don't think anyone saw it, so you might want to go ahead and plug the sponsor.
Dang. Thanks to Voiles Trucking.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I would like to apologize. I was not very well prepared for this race. Had a lot going on today, and I got in really late. Tried to do my best with it, and I promise the next time we do one of these things, I'll do a little bit better. Try to get all the schemes, but fortunately I was a little bit pressed for time and was unable to get everything there. But still, thank you so much for being a part of this race, and good luck on the next one.
Thanks.
That was Ricky Johnson, driver number 93. And we'll have to see if anyone else joins along with us here.
Here's the thing. I know Baker wanted an interview, but the question is, he got ejected during the race, so I'm kind of afraid of what he's going to say.
Yeah.
It's ultimately your decision, not mine.
I will say it is on my channel, and I don't know.
Up to you, not mine.
Hey, why not? Why not?
Okay, if that's what you want to do.
We'll have to see,
User was moved to your
Cole
channel.
Baker in the number 11, and fortunately he got caught off the draft there. I know you're trying to help Seth Cole there during in between the two green flag pit stops, but what exactly happened out there losing the draft?
Yeah, I lost the draft just because of my damage that accumulated throughout
User joined
the
your
early half
channel.
of the race. Otherwise, it was pretty good. I had a fast car. I had good position, and when I was in draft, I was pretty fast. But I just got caught outside
User
of
left
draft,
your
and
channel.
when there's only 2 or 3 cars, that's just a product of racing. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, still a decent run nonetheless. Tough break to get caught off like that, but hey, still glad to have you aboard for this race. Of course, everyone had so many different moments in this race. When you have a smaller field, everyone gets involved in the wreck at some point. Yeah, hate to see you get knocked out like that, but good luck in the next one. Hopefully it works out a little bit better for you in the next special event.
Yep, 10-4.
User left your
Cole
channel.
Baker right there. Finishing, I believe, in the 11th position. Of course, if you want to go back in the live stream and see the finishing results, we do have them there.
You have to send me the link to your live stream.
Okay, I will do that once we're done here, if that's all right with you. I'm sure we have Andrew in here. He's got to be somewhere.
What are you looking for?
Andrew Miller. Guy who put this whole
Miller.
thing on.
Miller, he might have left already.
Interesting. Left his own broadcast. What are you doing, man?
Well, probably because we didn't grab him up in time. Yeah, he's gone.
Okay. Well, the guy who ran this whole thing is gone. So I guess I'll speak on behalf of him. I don't know.
I'm gonna leave the room, so you go ahead and finish up.
All right. Make sure just to double check. Don't have anybody else who wants an interview.
Nope, nobody else.
All right. So that'll do it for us here from Talladega. We thank you guys so much for watching here tonight. Carter Friesen, the winner of the race, and I'm sure Andrew is very thankful to everyone who was involved in the race here tonight. Admitting the race tonight. Hopefully it all went well for him, and hope you guys enjoyed the event. Great event here. Very interesting race. Very different from a lot of the other races I've commentated, especially considering there was only 14 drivers in this race, but a lot of great drivers as well. And Carter Friesen, the race winner here from Talladega. And, yeah, huge thank you to the NNSCRA guys, Seth Cole, and, of course, Andrew Miller, who put this event on, for letting me call this race. I know they had this race in planning for quite some time, and I'm glad I could definitely bring it to you guys here on Napa Fan. And yeah, that is it. So hopefully you guys have a great rest of your week. On my end, you have Chick-fil-A Cup Series signups offline, but it's my main series. A lot of guys love it. If you don't know what it is, you probably know what it is. We haven't had too many people watching tonight. All of the guys watching have probably been my guys. But we do have signups for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series coming up 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday night, right here on Napa Fan. If you missed that, you can sign up for the Turkey Hill Series, which is right afterwards at 7:30 p.m. on Friday night as well. But, yeah, the season's beginning on the offline stuff in the NOFSRL. We're definitely looking forward to that here with my stuff and Marty's stuff. Oh, we gotta give. Is he still here? Yeah, he is. You know what? We gotta give, and we always do this. We always gotta give Roger Ray an interview. And, go ahead and see what he has to say. And then we'll call it a night here from Talladega. A little bit of a schizophrenic broadcast. I do apologize about that. But hey, that was the race. We don't have anyone else who's like, you know what? I should move you in so you can. But I don't know the password. Michael left, and I don't know the password to get in here. I forgot. He's not even in the race. He's in. He's in here. Oh boy, I need to end this before I lose my mind. Yeah, he wasn't even in this race. Why did I even say that? I ask him, did you enjoy it? Hopefully he did. But anyways. Come on, Carter, messing me up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Carter Friesen for winning the race here from Talladega. We will see you guys for the next special event here on Napa Fan. We're on the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channels where a lot of the NNSCRA special events get broadcast. But thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you guys Friday night for signups. So hope you guys stick around for that. Well, most of the time I came in while it was under caution, so yeah, I enjoyed it. And I'm glad you did, Roger. I'm glad you did. And he caught the last few laps. See his good friend Carter win the race. So that's good. So that's it for me. That's it for Roger Ray. That's it for all of us here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you guys for the next one. I will see you guys later.